Hi everybody, welcome to SciEngiMathePloration. I'm Gary.
And I'm Allie, and we're here at the Maker Fair in Dearborn, Michigan.
Hey, we came here last year and it was so much fun, we thought we'd come back this year. There's a lot of great new stuff. What do you think of my hat?
I think it's pretty cool. What's up with your goggles?
Well, the hat is actually the Cloak of Invisibility. And when you're messing with the space-time continuum, you always want to protect your eyes.
Oh, I see.
All right, you ready to try it? When I push this button, this hat will render me invisible.
All right, let's see how it works.
Here we go.
Gary, you're still there.
You can still see me?
Yep.
Oh. Well, maybe I need to fine-tune it a little bit. I'll tell you what, you go ahead and get started, and I'll tune it up and I'll catch up with you, except you won't know that I'm there.
All right, I'm going to go check out the fair. Alright, I'm here with a few of my friends. This is Forcer, and he's going to tell us about what machine they have here today.
Alright, so this is a robot we built a few years ago to pitch the first pitch at a Tigers game.
Okay.
Which actually, for this year, it's going to be this Wednesday on July 30th.
That's cool. So how did you guys make this?
So we teamed up with a few other FIRST robotics teams, and we teamed up and we planned it out. And so our team, we designed the shooter and how it would shoot, load, and all that.
So can you show me quickly just a little demonstration kind of just how it works or explain it?
Yeah, so we put a scuba tank in there normally, and then that will load up into that tank over there. And then we use air pressure to fire baseballs out of the main barrel. So this is all controlled through Texas Instruments Stereo, and that's connected to our router and to our computer. And we program this on our own. We use FIRST driver stations, and that's how we have full control.
That's cool. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Two or three, well, let's see, if you give their long and their hard, dozens is the answer. Dozens is the answer. That's how many give you effective time.
Alright, we're here with Mike Bauer. So Mike, tell us what you're doing here today.
We're here creating magic, Allie, the magic of awareness. Number one, we're from the Henry Ford Transplant Institute and the Henry Ford Innovation Institute. We're promoting organ donation and transplant awareness through the magic of Raku. So we'd like people to know what Raku is. We'd like people to especially know what the magic of transplant is.
Alright, so can you tell me what the magic of transplant is?
I certainly can. One person can affect dozens and dozens of lives and save completely as many as 5 different lives by a single simple gift of life, or recycling as I sometimes call it.
So what do you mean by recycling?
Well, I think about what we do that makes us feel good in life. I recycle plastic bottles that are worth almost nothing. And yet I know there are people who are afraid to recycle their organs or give them back to the world when they don't need them anymore. And those organs are worth uncountable amounts to people in terms of life, love, joy, and happiness. And they truly make the world better. But people don't always donate or recycle because they're unsure of what this means or what effect it would have. Families sometimes don't know, will it affect our burial process? Will it affect our open casket and viewing? Will it affect us in some religious or profound spiritual way? And the answer is yes, and all positively on all counts.
Alright, thank you Mike. So do you want to tell me what this is?
Sure, this is Raku Pottery. Raku is quite cool.
Okay.
This is my heart. This is my heart on Raku.
Okay.
We start out with an ordinary plain piece of plaster. Looks kind of bland and unimaginative. We paint glazes on it that look like toothpaste.
Okay.
We dry them and we put them in our great kiln over here, fire them to very, very high temperatures. This turns into porcelain and the glaze on the outside comes out looking very bland.
Okay.
But the innovation at the Innovation Institute is we're going to take it, put some of our special Henry Ford newspaper on it, it bursts into flame, we slam a bucket on top, and that trapped fire and gas, something strange happens, something magical and wonderful, and nature gives us this. So just like the gift of life, the gift of Raku gives something. You don't know when you start, but you know what comes out is going to be good. So Allie, I told you about the magic of awareness here today, and awareness of organ transplants and donation through Henry Ford and the Innovation Institute here. But would you like to come and see how to actually do this? First step is the magic of you select an organ. Then you paint it, then nature glazes it for you, and the next magic is you get to go home and tell everybody about your organ and why organ donation is good.
Sure, let's go.
Come on.
All right.
So Allie, here we are at our organ glazing station. So you can pick an organ. What would you like to pick?
I'm gonna pick an eye.
How about an eyeball? That would be great.
Thank you.
Good. Hope you can see well out of the other one. Just kidding. So here's your plain eyeball. It's just a piece of plastic. And you're going to pick any of a number of these glazes and paint them on. And then we'll drive down and fire them for you. And then when you come back, you'll pick up an organ and have some kind of magic. Your eye will have a new magic. Would you like to get started?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, what time is this going to be?
This will be the last one in the current fire time. So it'll be firing as soon as it's finished.
This gun's not working.
This is our car that we ran this year for SAE, Society of Automotive Engineers Baja program. It's a program where schools all across the country and the world actually come and build a race car and compete at 3 different locations across the U.S. You're given a 10-horse Briggs & Stratton engine and a bunch of safety rules that you have to design around. Anything else is pretty much up to you.
Okay, so how did this car do?
This car did pretty well. We did 23rd in Kansas, I believe, and 18th in Illinois. And overall, it did pretty great. We had a couple failures. There's a couple spare parts on it right now at the moment. But, you know, it made it back in one piece.
That's pretty cool. So who drove this car?
I myself drove for Kansas, and Walt here drove for Illinois.
That's cool. Thank you. I'm here with Rob. So Rob, tell me what you do.
Well, by trade I'm a builder, but when I'm not building houses, I like to build these things. I like to build symmetric polyhedra. I like to play with math in a physical way.
So how do you build these things?
Well, actually, this was built on a CAD robot. All of these were cut out of plywood. Because it had to be absolutely equilateral, absolutely everything being equal, all the angles being right. I wanted to do this with a robot. So then after that, I put about 1,200 drill points in this and attached them with anchors through the hinges and through the plywood, so that it would all be structurally significant and it could be broken apart easily.
That sounds very cool. So tell me about this one.
Well, this is designed for kids between 7 and 8, so that they can build something. This is This is a 1-foot model, but it'll take pipes up to 4 feet.
Okay.
So this could be
kids to build?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
So, thank you. So this can literally go from this size to 4 times this size.
That's awesome.
And it's still structurally significant. So, what happens once the person has built it? What can they do with it after that?
Okay, that's cool. So, thank you, Rob.
No, thank you.
I had a fun time learning about it. I wonder where Gary is.
Oh, we've already done this once.
Oh, yeah. Come on, baby.
we're with the Academy of Model Aeronautics. We are the largest organization in the world for model aircraft enthusiasts. We have over 165,000 members all over the country, and all of our members are passionate about learning to fly. And in our case, the largest percentage are those that fly radio control airplanes, of which you can see some sample here today. Inside this trailer, we have RC simulators. And RC simulators are probably, in this day and age, the easiest way for someone to learn how to fly a radio control aircraft. So those people, especially kids that have experience with games, electronic games, video games, this comes pretty naturally. To other people, maybe they go out to the flying field. Our organization is based on a network of clubs. We have 2,500 clubs all over the country, and oftentimes they will look for new members, someone that's interested in learning how to fly. They will go to that club and they will get a mentor or someone to help them learn how to fly before they go out and actually purchase a model aircraft. A model aircraft can be as little as $50 and it can range well into the thousands depending on what they purchase, right? Almost all of them take some level of training. And so it's important that they find someone who is experienced that can teach them how to fly. That way they have a good experience from the very beginning. And even though they're probably going to crash once, at least once, they're going to get some confidence and they're going to learn to get into the larger models, the models that are more difficult to fly. But hopefully they're going to have a good time, because that's what it's all about, and have a good experience. And we're here at Maker Faire for the first time. This is the first event of its kind that we've attended, and hoping to just expose this audience here to what we're all about.
So is this for all ages?
It is. It is for all ages. We have members as young as 4 and 5 years old that are flying. We had a member yesterday, 96 years old. He's convinced he's probably one of our oldest living members, and he still participates and goes to the club flying field, and was very interested to see us here today. So
yeah, thank you. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Can you believe Gary's missing all of this? We're here with Tim. So Tim, tell me what this machine is all about and why you're here.
Well, Allie, to make an analogy, this is a personal power plant. And it'll run off of any type of fuel, so it's a flexible fuel platform. And you put the heat on the one end and you get electricity out the other end. We look at this as the next coming revolution in energy. If we look at cell phones and landlines and what happened over the last 10 years where everyone had a landline or a telephone coming into their house, and now everyone has a cell phone, right? Mm-hmm. Well, this is the same thing we see with power generation. Is instead of having all these wires everywhere, I think people will have these personal power plants that they get their electricity right at their home. And that's what we have here is the Volo 1 engine, and it'll run off any heat source and generate electricity from just about wood, solar, natural gas, or propane. Any type of front end you want to use, put the heat in one end, and you get the electricity out the other.
That's very cool. So why don't you show us what the different parts of this
Sure, and I'll tell you how it works.
Okay.
So Allie, what we're doing is we're taking a piece of air and we heat that air up and that air expands. And that air then pushes a piston to get the energy out of the system. We take that same piece of air and then move it to the cold part of the engine where it shrinks. We move that piston back to the front and we start that cycle all over again. And there's nothing going into the engine, and there's no exhaust coming out of the engine. It's the same piece of air that we're working with just over and over and over again.
So will this help with pollution and such like that?
Absolutely. You can use any type of fuel source you want, from solar to natural gas. If you're burning wood, it's a very efficient wood burning process, so it will help with the environment, keeping things green and clean.
That's very cool.
then it should begin spinning.
In the boat.
Yes.
That's what you get for
That's the case. I'm going to start complaining all the time.
These guys see what they hear. Okay. So
This last night, I
Probably want to lower that one.
sell robot is so because I'm like you. It does what I tell it to do every single
And
time.
if it's hot on the sides, it's working. It should give a spin.
You're welcome.
Give a spin.
I just played the
Don't know if that'll work.
Right. No, I was confused about wait.
Try this one instead.
So there's an Aeronautics suction cup. Yep. Eddie, you wanna
I'm here with Eddie, and he's going to tell us about robotics and other stuff like that. So what do you have to say about this machine and why you're here today?
Well, we're here at the Maker Fair to basically tell the public here in the Michigan area that Denso not only manufactures auto parts like spark plugs, starters, alternators, that we actually have made these robotics to help with our own manufacturing processes of those auto parts, and now we sell the robotics to other companies and to the entire market.
That's nice. So tell me, like, what's one of your favorite parts of your job?
My favorite part of the job is I'm in marketing, and I get to manage the events, the fun events that we get to go to, being here with the Henry Ford Music and Maker Fair. It's very interesting. It's great to educate the public about Denso, our brand, and our robotics and the solutions they provide, and how it can be fun picking chocolates, and but also really used for automating and making manufacturing processes more efficient.
Thank you. Okay. I'm here with Joseph. So Joseph, tell me about this and what you're doing here today.
Okay, I'm from Level 1 Hackerspace in Louisville, Kentucky, and this is a project that we brought one of our members, Dr. Cindy Harnett from the University of Louisville. She created these little boards, and they're something called cellular automata. So this little board, it's easy to solder together, kids can do it and everything. So what you do is put this together, and it's got a little chip on there, and it only knows how to be on or off. So it's fairly dumb. But when you put it into this array and plug it in, what you find is that the way it knows how to be dim or bright is by looking at its neighbors. So if one of its neighbors goes bright, it goes bright. And since these neighborhoods just keep overlapping each other, they all influence each other. So this guy doesn't know what this guy's doing, but they all influence each other. So each one is sort of like a cell in the body. The cell's a really complicated little machine, but it's kind of dumb by itself. It doesn't do anything. But when you put it all together and it can talk to other cells, it becomes really complex.
So is this like an activity?
Sure. It's a great little kit because you could buy, a bunch of these, and you could have all the class soldered together, and then you could put this together. And actually this thing flips upside down so that it reflects into these paper triangles, and it's much more dramatic, but it's a little too bright out here. But anyway, then you have a cool thing in your classroom that you can teach biology and math and programming, and everybody gets to put their name on it.
That's cool. Thank you, Joseph.
No problem, thank you.
Where's Gary? I don't know where Gary is, but I'm gonna play this game.
Go straight down. Straight down. Yeah, there you
Well, this is the one that goes in there.
Look how easy it is.
I'm here with Jerry, and he's going to tell us about the type of photography he does. So, Jerry?
Yes, I just call this water drop photography. It's really high-speed photography. Cameras are not fast enough to do this sort of thing, of a water drop hitting the surface of the water. But the flashes or strobes are very fast. So I've got an Arduino shield that controls the dropper, the camera, and the strobes, so that you can take pictures. Have some fun.
So, can you show me how to do that?
Sure. What I do here, I have the program, all the values programmed in here. You think it is killing? You press this button, hold it for about a second, and then let up on it. Take a picture. Go ahead. Yep, hold it down first for a second. Now let up. There we go. We get 2 drops in that programmed in. Right timing. Hold up the right amount of time to get down here and flashes flash. We get an image. We can see that here. Probably. Let's try it one more time to make sure that it works again. Sometimes the second one works better than the first. Oh, it's over here. He's working at the computer, so that's why it didn't work. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I play around with the positioning of the strobes and the color, like putting on. I've got colored gels on there to make the different colors.
So the water's not colored, that's just white. Okay.
But you can color the water.
Yeah.
I've just started on this. I've only been doing this for a couple of months, really only about 3 different days when I've done these. Once I get started, I will be doing it for the rest of the day or something. It's just fascinating. I'll take a picture, look at it, see how it turned out, and maybe there's something I want to change. I'll go back and do like that. You can't quit. You get hooked on it.
Yeah,
it's great. Yes, thank you.
I'm here with Sydney. She's a female engineer, and she's going to tell us what she's doing today.
Today I'm here at the Detroit Maker Fair with Hacker Gals, and we're a group in Kalamazoo. We really empower each other and encourage this all group of women on all our projects that we make. It's a bunch of seamstress, entrepreneurs, makers, and other engineers.
Yeah, so what kind of projects do you guys do?
Well, my project is I help young girls learn from my experiences. So I learned in college where I studied chemical engineering, and to get the interest. And a lot of us make things from recycled materials, make t-shirts and underwear and things that make women feel powerful and beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, when it comes to engineering, I think a lot of girls have that interest in engineering, and what got me started in chemicals, being able to make cosmetics such as lipsticks and makeup and things like that. So getting women thinking that beauty and fashion is also within engineering too.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Sydney.
Yeah, no problem.
Does anyone know where Gary is? I'm here with Joe, and he's going to tell us about the pendulum. So, Joe, go ahead.
What we have here is a Foucault pendulum, or Foucault pendulum. The French scientists set out to prove that the Earth's rotation can be shown. And so the pendulum is moving in space. The area that it's rotating or spinning, moving above, is moving with the Earth. And as this pendulum moves in space, the Earth's surface is moving below it. So this will appear to be clocking as the Earth is turning below this. This is moving independent in space, Earth is spinning below it. Some of the larger pendulums they've set up with little soldiers that stand up. And as the time increment goes by, it'll tip over that to show that it is indeed rotating. It's not a true 24-hour motion, but it shows time. It shows rotation.
All right, thank you, Joe. I'm at the photo sync booth with Robert and Dave, and they're going to tell us about the program. So tell me about this program.
Okay, this is a photosync device,
Okay.
and it's designed to replace a very sophisticated scientific instrument that costs about $70,000, but this one costs less than $100. It does all of that and more. It makes measurements of plant photosynthesis and other important properties of plants.
That's cool. So can you give me like an example of how it works?
Yes, so it's important. Plant productivity is important for productivity of crops, and plants have to survive in a very harsh environment.
Yeah.
And all of our food and all of our energy comes from plant photosynthesis. And this device lets you measure it. Right now, these are being used in Africa, in the United States, and Central America to help farmers and researchers develop new crops and develop new ways of growing them.
That's cool.
One of the really cool things about this is that it connects to the internet and sends the data to a central database. It's all open. People can collaborate on new projects. You can propose projects, which is great for education or for scientists or farmers.
Yeah, so did you guys make this, or did you take part in the making of
This
this?
is all designed and built in our laboratory, and our chief engineer here, Robert, is responsible for all of the electronics parts. We have programmers, 3D modelers, engineers who do all that kind of thing. All in one lab.
Yeah, that sounds very cool. Thank you, Dave and Robert. Chuck is going to show us this robot lawnmower. Gary, did you ever get that thing to work?
Well, sort of. I kind of faded in and out a couple of times, but I think I got it now.
right.
Let's try one more time. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us at SciEngiMathePloration. Gary, I can still see the hat.
Got enough of it?